Right here we got Terry. Everybody know this my main man, 20-something years. And Terry is project managing this particular project here, meaning that he's dealing with it from start to finish. He deals with all the contractor. He calls with all the contractors. He calls the contractors and sets up appointments with them and does a complete scope of work on the project. And when I say scope of work, it's important to do that. A lot of people don't really put the pencil to the paper to add up the numbers of what a project is really going to cost. You'll see a lot of people, a lot of investors, they'll walk through a project and say, I think it's going to cost $20,000, and then when they get done, it costs them $60,000 or $70,000. Just for the simple fact they didn't do a complete good scope of work. And that's why you see a lot of them don't survive the business. Because in order for you to be in this business and know what you're doing, two things you got to do. You got to figure out, okay, what am I paying for this property and how much I'm going to have to put into it. Then look at your comps in the area, and that's going to tell you your profit. So if you just can do those two key things, and in my classes and seminars, I'm going to go into all the details. But those are two key things that I'm going to give you right now. How much are you paying for it? What are the comps in the area, and how much you have to put into it? If I bought this house for $40,000, and me and Terry, we sit down and we do a scope of work, and we say, okay, we're gonna have to put 60 into it, but then I look at the comps in the surrounding areas, they going for 180, 200,000, then I know we got a money maker. If it don't hit those kind of numbers, I don't really touch it. Anything under 50, if that margin of profit is under 50, then I don't really touch it. Because it's just not worth it. Time is money. When you get into a project, you're gonna think, a lot of investors say, oh, it's gonna be 30 days. It might be 60 days, 90 days, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you got the right contractors. My partner, who I'm helping with this project, great friend of mine, and he owns several houses, and I told him, I said, boy, you're a millionaire. He's like, what? No, I'm not. I said, listen, based on the addresses you just gave me and the information that you just gave me about your real estate portfolio, I said, you're a millionaire. Now he's a believer, you know, because I've shown him over the past 3 or 4 months, he sold some of those properties off, made a hell of a profit on them, and now he's ready to get into more extensive projects like this one, go ahead and gutting it and renovating it and getting it sold. And so I let him work with this for about a month. Then I had to come take control. Everything that I told him was gonna happen, happened. They were stagnant, crews wasn't getting in here getting it done. They was basically running around in circles, chasing their own tail. Because this is a project that has to be very well organized and carried out in those details. So that's why I'm here to take it over, and our plan is to have this project finished. Today is September the 30th. We should be done no later than November the 15th, but hopefully around November the 10th. And we're gonna get into some details. You're gonna love it. But I'm going to introduce y'all to Terry, because you're gonna see him on a lot of future projects, and you know he's gonna come through and do what he do. So sometimes you'll see him or talk to him, and I may not be around, but he's got, you know, 30+ years in the business also. Terry, tell him what you think about this project and what we got to do and get done.
Well, we have to do a lot of upgrading, bringing it up to date as far as electrical, lighting, bathrooms, kitchens. Everything's going to be all remodeled to bring it up to modernize it, to make
bring it up to code,
to
today's code. What kind of electrical service we got in there right now?
I think we're only working with a 110.
So we need to upgrade it to a 200 amp service. The reason why that's important is because homeowners now have a lot more electronics than they did in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So you need to have a 200 amp service to carry that type of load. And then if you go into all electric or electric combined with gas, then you need to have a bigger service to carry all of that. And we'll get into those details a little bit later. But you know, this is where we at, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you.